Okay, we're now going to make the puzzle pieces for your puzzle in Fusion 360. So let me just show you very quickly how we're going to do this. The first thing you're going to want to do is start a new project. You go up to the very top, right? There's undo, redo, home, save, file, or a new file. We want to show our data panel, which is right there. We want to start a new project. I'm going to call the project Cube Puzzle or something similar. Okay, now we have a new project. Now when I go in to save something, I'm going to be able to save it into this, to here. Okay, so we had our data panel. Now we're going to start our shape. So always start with 2D. Actually, first let's set up, quick setup over here on the right, open it up. We want to change our, make sure we're on centimeters, because that way when we press a 2, it'll know it's 2 centimeters. You could do something else. You could do millimeters, but you'd have to do 20 millimeters, and or you could, yeah, so just make sure it's on centimeters. It just makes your life easier. Okay, the first thing we do, we start a sketch. So click on Start Sketch. This is our sketch. Plane, we want to start on going on the front. Okay, so now any place on this plane, it's going to be made. So I'm going to start my sketch. I'm going to start my shape. It's always good practice to start with on the origin. That's being the origin. So now I have put down one of the sides. Now I need to dimension it. This is very important in this project that everything fits together. So you got to dimension it. So the side of this one, let's say it's 6. I can just press return. And now it's by 2. There we go. Okay, so it's 6 by 2. Perfect. So I'm done with my sketch, finish my sketch. Now I want to make it 3D. I go over here to extrude, right? And I'm going to extrude it. I'm going to tell it the distance over here. I want it to be 2. Right? I also could type it right in there. Many places I can type it. Okay, so for this one, I say have a piece coming out on this direction here. It's like an L shape or something even more fancy in 3D. So I'm going to start a new sketch. But I'm going to start a new sketch right on the same plane that I was on. I could start on this one. Let's do it this one. Okay, now I'm going to make a sketch on top of here. So be very careful when you start that you're actually on that point. Place on first corner, right? So you want to make sure those are actually lined up. Okay, so this one, just drop it. I actually can type 2 right now in there, so let me do that. And now I'm going to add the dimension here. That's going to be 2. Okay, so I'm done with that sketch. And now I'm making that 3D. And I want to make that one 2. Okay. So that is now on there. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to modify this. I want to make this into a color. So the way that I do that is I go over to Modify. I go over to Physical Material. Let's just look for one that's kind of like it. We actually have to modify and make our own colors. So let's just start off with something like material. It's a plastic. Let's just grab any plastics. We're going to change the color anyway. So let's just pull it on there. And then we can actually pull it on here. That's how you make the color. But this is not the right color. So I'm going to right click it. I'm going to click it. Right click. I'm going to advanced. Right here where it says color, I'm going to click this button right there. And I can choose all these different Pantone colors if I want. So I can come down here and decide which color looks the most like mine. These are Pantone colors. Do it that way. Or I can just go to edit color and I can go over here and choose like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to go here. Make sure this is on just color if you want. click on there, Pantone colors, or we can just go cancel, or just go over here to edit color. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay, and I'm going to apply it. And that's done. So now I can take this and I can just pull this over here, and now that's that color. Okay, to make this into a component, I'm going to go over here, open it up. Make sure, see the little eyeball? If you turn that on and off, you will lose your thing, so you don't want to do that. All right, so anyway, we're going to click on the body. We're going to right click. We're going to create component from bodies. Okay, so now we have a component, which is super important because you want to put these together. Okay, now we're going to do a save. We'll go Command S for save, right? This one's going to be called red. I'm going to put it in the folder that I made called Cube Puzzle. These are all my projects. Cube Puzzle. I'm going to save it. And there it is. Okay, all right, so we've gotten this over here, right? It's now the white. We don't want it white, so we can actually right click on it. We can edit it, go to advanced, go to appearance, find where it says color. And these are your Pantone colors. You can choose one of these if you want. Or if you go over here, you can go to edit color. And you can choose any color you want on the color wheel. Now let's just go with that one. There are different color wheels you can use. You can play around, whatever you want. So that's your colors. You're going to choose your color, make it a nice red color. I'm going to say OK. Going to press OK, right? And now we've changed the color.